Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert, and this is a Black Intelligentsia production. And we got our man B Dot here. So the title of this one is dedicated to my brother that's, most talked about right now in the rap industry and the conscious community, all of these things. So the title is Interview with B Dot from the LA Beef 2 versus Danny Myers. If y'all don't know about it, the brother just came off a historical battle, and we here to talk with him about it. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing well, brother. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. So, what's new with you, man? We had an interview before. You told me about this battle coming up. I see it went down.
Yeah, brother. I'm still on cloud nine. It's one of them rare experiences. I think the only thing you can equate it to is like an athlete playing in a championship game against an opponent that's just as good as them, potentially better. And you got to dig down in the depths of your soul to pull out the victory or to pull out the, even to make it competitive. So I'm still on cloud nine. You know what I'm saying? I'm exhausted. My voice ain't really came all the way back yet. I'm just enjoying the moment. The whole battle rap community is calling this already, even though we only in March, they calling this battle of the year. Some even going so far to say greatest battle of all time. That's all subjective, but listen, I'm just, like I said, I'm just happy that, that the battle went down. I'm happy that I brought my A game. If anybody's familiar with Danny Myers, they understand that brother is arguably the best battle rapper in the world right now, some would argue. This brother battles like 3 or 4 times a month sometimes. He's just a machine, man. So for me to get in the ring with him and just put on a classic back and forth battle that has great replay value and everything, I'm just happy that I was able to do that, man. It's just a blessing. It's an honor.
Okay. Let's get into who you are in this rap battle scene, because he had some bars that spoke on who you are and everything to the community. So let's deal with, the fact that you're a conscious rapper and you deal with a lot of issues and a lot of things in your bars. And that's I spoke with the host yesterday, Sister Reese. Mm-hmm. She's a beautiful sister. She, got, a spirit about this rap thing. But we talked about racism, mm-hmm. Homophobic stuff, mm-hmm. religion, and sexism. Can we take this one by one? Which one would you like to deal with first?
I guess because I have a lot of religious talking points in my battles, I guess we can deal with that one first. Religion.
Okay. So how do you think that plays in the battle arena?
For me, what I do is, and let me say this, I wouldn't have any religious debates with people outside of the battle rap format because I respect everyone's ideological differences, and whatever makes someone a better person, I'm all for that. So let me say that I'm not the type of brother that goes around because I've subscribed to Now Valley culture and I subscribe to being an African. I'm not the type of brother that goes around bashing anybody else for what they are into or who they believe they are. But in the battle rap world, when you battling, you kind of got to pull out all the weapons that you possibly can to get your point across. So what I like to do, for me, I like to tie some religious concepts and religious talking points into the battle and create it as a weapon for me to attack my opponent with. I don't want to give away what I did this battle for anybody that hasn't seen it. But I did that again. I had an angle where I talked about religion in a certain way, specifically, I guess, Christianity in a certain way that I used it to my advantage to attack my opponent. I personally felt like I did it in a very, tasteful, artistic way. Definitely, I don't have any agenda to just bash, but I just try to make it very artistic and very clever and very witty. I felt like I accomplished that in this battle. It's usually what I do. Even when I rapped against the white boy Strick, I use some religious angles. It's just something that I personally do. And probably because I'm equipped with certain knowledge because I definitely do the knowledge. I definitely make sure I get my hands on everything I can get my hands on to read. And I just feel like, if I have an extra bag, so to speak, to go into, I got to go into it. The average battle rapper, they're going to use the words that they know. They're going to use the life experiences that they know to win the battle or to say clever, witty punchlines. And I'm going to use my experiences and the things that I know. And that's, I'm involved in the quote unquote conscious community. So I have a lot of information that I'm able to delve into and use to my advantage. So I normally go that route.
So you say it's a fair game in a battle. It's
Mhm.
somewhat like I will speak about your belief system and stuff. And if you haven't wrote something about it or you don't have a comeback, then that's just a one up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, well let's go to the LGBT. Let's go
Right.
deal with that community being a part of the battle community because I from the conversation I had with the sister yesterday, Reese,
Mhm.
that it was a guy there that he's a part of that community, but he's also on the rap battle scene. What do
Right.
you think about that and the homophobic type, conversation that battle rappers been trying to have with this brother or whatever?
Well, first and foremost, let me give that brother all his just due and respect. To stand in the room full of everybody that's against your lifestyle, I would say 90% of the room was heckling him and saying certain things. And for that brother to stand there, not only is he battling his opponent, he has to battle the whole room because, just the climate, just the vibe and the energy in the room is already against him. So I just want to get that brother. He goes by the name of Fly King I. He's an incredible talent. So I want to give him his just due in that regard. He held his own. Potentially may have won the battle. He battled a brother of mine. We from the same group as far as battle rap group. We call ourselves Black Market, and he battled my brother Perfecto, who's definitely a Pan Africanist, RBG, and all those things. They put on a very, very classic back and forth battle. That's a great conversation that I believe is going to transcend battle rap. Me personally, once again, outside of the battle rap format, I don't bash anybody's lifestyle or what they into. Homosexual, whatever is your deal, that's your deal. I don't have to necessarily agree with it, and at the same token, I don't have to attack you for it. So that's not my concern at all. I'm cool with the brother Fly King. He's a good brother. So I don't judge people on what hey, whatever you into is what you into. Not really my thing to go around bashing. Not to say that I necessarily agree or whatever the case may be, but hey, we all living on this planet, man, and I'm not here to be acting as if I'm better than the next man and whatever they into. So, in terms of battle rap, though, I think it's dope that he's in battle rap, and I think it's dope that he represents, his community, and same thing with me. I represent the conscious community. He represents his community. Hey, man, we need these conversations, and it's dope to do it in an artistic format rather than being each other's face yelling or debating about it and making it some hate stuff where you got people just hating the gay community or vice versa. You got people hating the conscious community, and that can potentially spill into violence or other things like that. So when we're able to put it in an artistic format and those brothers are able to get that conversation off their chest, man, I personally feel like it's a beautiful thing.
Well, let's go into race now because one of your recent battles, the last round went viral, and
Yes.
it dealt with race and stuff. So if you could speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, man, that's a conversation I was waiting to have. It's funny because the white boy Strick, we're cool. You know what I mean? It's a friend of mine. After the battle, no hard feelings. He just battled recently on the same card that I battled on, and he's from Texas. And he flew out here on a Friday. And him and this other brother by the name of R.A. and another brother that I battled before by the name of Fiji Osa, they were all staying together at some place down here in L.A. in Hollywood. And I went to go kick it with them brothers, and me and Strick had a conversation. Cool cat, man. And at the end of the day, it was nothing personal. It's just I was waiting to have that conversation with the European, with the Caucasian, with the white rapper. He just happened to be the white rapper that, unfortunately for him, fell into my lap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that conversation needed to be had. I feel like cultural appropriation is a problem. I feel like, white rappers, it's almost like an advantage for them if they're even a slight bit talented, because it's like, this is a black genre. This is a, rap music is a black thing. And if you got a white rapper that's even kind of good, they get all this love because it's like, oh my gosh, you're a white rapper and you're good, So it's kind of like they get that extra boost just because they're white. You can look at Macklemore. I mean, not this Grammy. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar because he won a lot of Grammys this year, but the previous year you got Macklemore winning Grammys over Kendrick Lamar. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that kind of conversation in the battle rap format needed to happen. And as you see, I took it even deeper than just cultural appropriation and just talking about the music genre. I took it deeper into history, into European history, into how they whitewashed all our history, even from a biblical perspective. I don't have to be Christian or Hebrew to defend that. Even in that conversation, I'll defend that from my Hebrew and Christian brothers that Europeans have whitewashed their religion. So I use all those things as talking points, man. And honestly, man, I never be, oh, I want to win this battle, so I'm gonna say whatever. No, I want to speak truth to power at all times, even if I get booed for it. You know what I'm saying? My concern is just speaking truth to power, and I feel like that's what I did in the Strick battle, Fiji battle. I feel like that's what I just recently did in this Danny Myers battle, and I'm content with speaking truth to power. And as you see, speaking truth to power connects me with intelligent brothers as yourself, connects me with a lot of intelligent brothers within the community. And I rather develop those relationships than try to cater to battle rap fans who, really don't want to hear what I'm talking about for the most part. So as long as I'm up there speaking truth to power, man, I'm content with that.
Okay, let's get to sexism now. I want to touch a lot on this because he called you like the Obama and talked about your campaign to change things in this battle. So that's why I want to hit on a couple of these topics for people that may not know, because there's a lot of people that may not want to ask these questions. But I feel for the community's sake, the conscious community's sake, and the people out there that rally behind you and stuff, and a part of that campaign, that we get these things out here. So now let's talk about sexism.
Okay.
We talked about the male and female duo debate. I mean, lyrical debate, battle, this, that, and the other, over subjects and titles that can be possibly put on the table so we can deal with stuff based up on subject and title. I think that hasn't been done in, the battle arena yet. So with, the conscious mindset and being able to sit down and study and having foreknowledge of things, maybe this can happen. But let's go to sexism and how the female rappers, battlers, they may not get the same money. They might not get looked at the same. And why is it can't be equality for us, a female rapper or battler battling a male?
Very, very interesting topic. Here's my take, and I'm gonna say this in all honesty. I personally don't want to see queens in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest, because the battle rap format, it's a blood sport. I don't want to see two queens tearing each other down. And when you look at it from a female perspective, like as men, we take certain angles at each other as men, and we can hack that. We can take that. But when two females take angles at each other, more than likely they're going to touch on some really personal topics. Like, let's be quite honest. Women are catty in general. That's how they get down in general. When you see two women arguing, they'll pull out, any dirt that they possibly can, and they'll get real personal. So I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm not too much of a fan of female battle rap, just because of my perspective on our queens, on our sisters. It don't do nothing for me. I don't want to see two women in the ring talking about guns and stuff. Listen, man, the brothers can do it because maybe some of us have actually put our hands on weapons and things of that nature. But I don't want to hear two women in the ring talking about my 40 cal, I'll blow your brains out. And come on, sis, like, you're not picking up no weapon. That's not what you're doing. Perhaps if they were having some type of conversations for women rights or some type of plight that they want to get across on that angle, maybe I'd be a fan. But I'm not too much of a fan of female battle rap, so that's just me. Maybe somebody else would be better suited to answer that question, because is there sexism? Yes, of course. And I believe it's because You know, I just believe it because the men are more believable. And that's just my perspective. Like I've never seen a female battle rap that I was intrigued by. Um, you know, because once again, just to reiterate it, I just don't. It has to be a believable. Has to be a believability factor there. It has to be some type of authenticity within a battle rap, and I'm just not a fan of two females going at it.
Okay, well let's go into the next part of it because I asked Reese this last night, and I wanted to ask you too. Subject and title
Mhm.
battles, like will you have to come in there
That's
as
awesome.
you know part of the positive perspective and a negative on the subject, and maybe you flip a coin on who's gonna take the positive angle, who's gonna take the negative,
That's
who's
awesome.
for or against, and then build your raps up to have, as you just said, the dialogue that's prescribed by the subject and title. I think
That's
this
awesome.
yeah, I think this need to be integrated into it, just like we know the debate scene is
Mhm.
being amalgamated with the rap scene. So
Mhm.
when you go to a debate, the subject and title. It's not
Mhm.
just going to be something that you created and then bring to the event and then display it, but the subject and the title, and people going to listen for certain
Mhm.
things. So now with this being integrated, do you think it'll probably be better for the sisters then, because they could talk about
Yeah.
mother, they could talk about race and children? And
Yeah.
what's your
There you
perspective?
go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Man, that's a brilliant idea. You might want to you know, sell that to one of these leagues, man, before they steal your idea.
No,
That's a
I mean
dope.
my thing. If people do it, I'm for bettering whatever it is that need to be bettered, because, like you
Absolutely.
say, the
Absolutely.
gun bars and stuff. I think
Mhm.
you can even we could probably run with it and bring it to the community, because it's part of being conscious, being aware of
Mhm.
what you're talking about before you even talk about it, and then
Absolutely.
being able to speak on it in a way that's, like you say, believable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, I love that idea. And yes, I believe that if you do it that way, you can create really, really good dialogue between these sisters. You got to deal with topics. Man, you might get two sisters in the ring and let them go at about abortion. You know what I mean? You might get two sisters in the ring and let them go about it about how to raise children. You know, like something like that. That would be very interesting. I would love to see something like that where it's structured format to where they have to talk about that topic. I think that that's brilliant. I'm with that.
Well, I'm gonna be a part of your campaign team and help you, you know,
No doubt.
the battle rap Obama, you
No
know.
doubt.
So now I know you say you don't want to speak too much on the bars and stuff that was spit, but let's deal with it a little bit,
Okay.
because a lot of people is intrigued about the bars and what was said. Those that have, purchased it. Where you go purchase that again?
Oh, it's BZ Films with the Z.com. So BZFILMZ.com. Click on the picture of me and Danny. It'll say Vimeo, and you click on that picture, and then it takes you to somewhere just to pay $10. Man, $10 for a classic battle, man. That's nothing. I would hope that people would do that.
And who is this? Film producer, promoter, whatever.
This is the actual film company that films all the battles for LA Battlegrounds. So everything you've seen me in, that film company has pretty much filmed that. So that's the company that put it on. So we ran it through their website.
Oh, okay. Just to make sure for people that want to
Oh,
be
I
in.
understand. Yeah.
So now I watched J Black 16,
Mhm.
15. I watched Paperboy Williams. I watched um multiple channels to get as much information as I could on this. I seen enough of the the battle also to get the lyrics and stuff. I heard the polite bar from Danny.
Which was dope. That was
So
dope.
I'm gonna put a little bit out there. Hopefully we don't spoil it for him and stuff. But
No
he
doubt.
said, you know, that religions come from the same tree. They just
Yeah.
different branches of the same tree. Now, what
Yeah.
do you think about that bar?
If we were really to have that conversation, um, I would I, uh I agree and disagree. Now, brother, you know my standpoint in terms of Now Valley culture. So if we were having a conversation on where religions come from, I would argue that most religious concepts come out of Kemet. So if we want to have that conversation and we were going to say Kemet is the tree that all the branches come from, I would agree with that. If we were having more of a vague conversation and just saying that, oh, well, you know, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, they all equal back to the same tree. I don't know. We can argue that. We can argue that. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of differences in between the religions that don't really allow them to lead back to a same tree. You know, but it's battle rap. So it was a cool line. It's a cool line, and it gets the crowd involved, and it gets the crowd saying, "Oh, that's a good line." But if we really dealing with it from a scholastic standpoint, hey man, dealing with it from a scholastic standpoint and an academic standpoint, and people that really delve into these books, and people that really read the Tanakh, or people that really deal with the Quran, or you know, if you really deal with it, you'll probably find more differences than similarities, I would argue.
Okay, I think it was a great bar to make one think about the perspective that he was bringing in the battle. But do you also see this as, you know, a talking point that allows people to go home at the end of the night and dialogue about these type of things? Is that the type of campaign that your
Yeah.
brother was really trying to put on that night?
Yeah, man, absolutely. See, the thing about me and Danny, we're actually friends, man. It was no animosity before the battle. We were friends, and the conversations we would have over the phone before the battle was, listen, man, let's take battle rap to a new level. You know, he was telling me, look, B, I know what you do. You drop that science, you drop that knowledge. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do it in my way, but I'm going to do the same thing and create dialogue that can hopefully transcend the battle rap to where they talking about what I was saying or you were saying after the battle. So we both agreed to do that, man. And I think he absolutely delivered. I think that was the best Danny Myers we've seen. And the reason why is because he took it to another level with certain information and certain bars like the one you just mentioned. So yeah, man, I think that was dope what he did. Absolutely.
So now I heard you drop a bar, I
Mhm.
believe, and it was saying God always acting like the people who create him.
Right. I said you're a
So
personification of religion. You know, God's always behaving like the people that created them. So what I did there is I played off his identity. He calls himself the bar god. So I'm playing off his identity of who he portrays himself to be. He's portraying himself as a deity within the battle rap community, like he is the god of it all. You know, like you know, just it's a cool way it's a cool way for him to say he's the best. So I played off that. And when I went into the end of that round, the similarity I was making is so you're the bar god, and we supposed to just believe in you because of what you write, but we don't know if you're real. So it's a play on religion, you know, like we have
yeah,
these books, you know what I mean? So it's just a way that I intertwined it, man, and it was a cool little bar right there. I think it hit in the building.
yeah, yeah. Like you said, your penmanship and stuff. People, y'all got to go watch the battle. I mean, from what I heard and seen, I would say it's one of the better ones that I didn't ever heard. You know.
Definitely.
Now we know the title of it was L.A. Beef too. So now we
Mhm.
had to deal with the street aspect, of, like you said, males talking the gun bars and what set you rep and all
Mhm.
of that stuff. So the conversation came out about he didn't want to die for something, or he was never out the house when you was talking about, you know, how he stand
Mhm.
for what he called himself standing for.
Mhm.
I think you know the bar better than
Yes.
me. So
Right.
what was you talking about when you spoke on that?
Well, the conversation I was trying to have there is, in battle rap, everybody is a gangster according to their bars. Everybody shoots stuff and robs people and does all this gangster stuff. Excuse me, I'm getting messages popping up on the phone, so you might see me go like this to get the messages out the way.
Oh, it's okay.
So, yeah, the point I was trying to make there is here we have a brother that's from South Central LA. We all know what that environment is like, or we all heard about what that environment is like. Um, and the thing about it is, if you're an individual that lives in these LA streets and you're what we call active, which would mean you ripping and running the streets and you into a lot of quote unquote gangster stuff. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be part of some hood. You're going to gang bang. You're going to be part of some set. You're going to be blood or crip from what street, from this street. It's just going to happen if that's if that's your natural personality to be aggressive and to be like that. So the point I was trying to make with Danny is, in all his battle raps, he's very aggressive and he's always shooting stuff and doing this and doing that. So I'm saying, there's no way you're not being authentic. There's no way you're this type of person and you never was from no neighborhood. So it's just another angle to expose, and not just him, but just the whole battle rap community. It's another angle to expose how all you guys are not real. You come in these battle raps with all these gun bars and all these, how you'll shoot somebody, but at the end of the day, you're a really, really nice person. And so I would just rather people try to find a different way to use their talent to get their point across and not have this misrepresentation of Black authenticity. It's like young Black men, for some reason, feel we have to be gangsters in order to get respect. So I was using that angle for the crowd to see, it's like this guy, and not on a personal level, because I love Danny, he's my brother, but I was just using that angle to show the crowd, like, yo, this guy is not who he says he is in that regard, which would make all his gun bars null and void from that point on. After I expose that, it's like, so in the next round, if you talk about a gun, I just expose why that's not authentic. And, God's always behaving like the people that created them, meaning you created this image of yourself. So yeah, I tried to tie that all together. That was in the second round.
Yeah. So now we into the campaign of change, as you just spoke about, people being more real and more believable with their bars about their real life. And we know that you spoke about I don't look like I got that wrote down, but it's children and how he pulling out. He was talking about his guns and pulling out, and you got all these children. So what you mean you pulling out? You don't pull out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now the change of the bars in the campaign that you bring, and I believe that you brought the brother to what's that say on your hat right there?
Elevate.
Right. So it's got a prefix on that too, right?
Right.
Which means what?
God.
Or
talking about L?
Elevation.
Talking about L?
Nah, elevation. But I got the L tied in, but elevation, right?
Right.
So you brought elevation to the game. Now your campaign is working. People are elevating their bars. You're bringing about the change, Mr. Obama.
Right.
For those that don't know, as the sister said last night, you got to go watch it with the $20 bill, and then how it ties into the third round. You got to go watch it.
Yeah. It was pretty creative. I like how he did that.
Yeah. That was a little setup. So now, tell us about the change, because we see now URL and Sonetta TV or the House of Conscious. They, like I said, they trying to amalgamate over there. They bringing about the alchemy that a lot of people speak about and stuff with the rap battles and the conscious debates and the conscious rap debate battles or whatever with the subjects and titles as me and you campaigning right now. So, if y'all take my idea, it's already kind of, So, what do you see this headed now? Because you're like a pioneer in it. We know that Loaded Lux, as you said before, and as I spoke to him on Sonetta one day, as you said before, he kind of pioneered some of these bars and stuff, and the idea of bringing it about in rap, because no one was really trying to take it to that level. And most people is arguably saying that now Lux want to be you, and Lux probably, he got to step his game up. He probably gonna have to deal with the elevation of conversation. And I believe that the subject and title, debate, rap battle debate thing that's, being amalgamated right now would be lovely for y'all too.
Right.
Because then, both of y'all educated on certain subjects, whatever title y'all can come up with, then y'all can sit down and really elevate the game to the next level where people dealing with these type of things. So what do you think about that whole thing? We got Polite and Harry Rosenberg coming up. We got URL, Smack involved
Yeah,
and stuff. Talk
yeah.
to us about that whole thing from your perspective as a, one that deals with both arenas and how you see this.
I think it's a beautiful thing. I think what that does absolutely off the bat, that gets the youth involved. Smack URL is the number one battle rap league in the world. Anybody that's involved in battle rap or anybody that watches battle rap, you watch Smack battles. So that I thought that was a brilliant move. I think it gets the youth involved. They probably won't have no idea if they're not privy to any information. That kind of debate is probably way over their heads, and they probably won't know what's going on. But I would hope that that will start the type of search for knowledge or the search to understand what's going on. Just to have Smack moderated is going to have the youngsters like, why is Smack doing that? It must be some, you know what I mean? It must be something cool. It must be what's popping. So let me see what's going on. And, that'll lead them to the research. And I've always been one to say, man, it's not even about, like, when people ask me for books and stuff, I give them everything. I'd say, yo, you got to go read the Torah. You got to go read the Quran. You got to go read books from Dr. Ben. Like, it's about getting all the knowledge and then coming to a perspective that, suits you or that you feel is best suited for you. So I feel like that's what that will do. It will make the youth more intrigued to get into whatever knowledge that they feel like pertains to them, man. So I think it's a dope move for the youth. And other than that, it's just dope to merge the two genres in general. You know what I mean? I just think that that's dope in general. I think it'll bring a new excitement for the conscious community as well. To see, young brothers getting in there, somebody like Smack moderating, and just add a different element to it, because I do agree with Polite in terms of, like, man, you got to make education entertaining at the same time, or you're gonna lose a lot of folks. So I see what he's doing in that regard, and yeah, I think it's dope, man, especially for the youth.
Okay, so now we got to put on the conscious community hat. We got to
Okay.
turn the hat around or whatever. What do you
Okay.
think about this debate that's coming up? And from your research on both parties, we know probably know more about Polite than Harry Rosenberg. So from what
Right.
you've been hearing and seeing, able to hear and see with the time you have to, dedicate to it, what do you think about this debate?
I quite honestly don't understand, or I don't. I'm not sure if Rabbi Harry Rosenberg um, is really coming to debate certain topics. I think he's coming to, like he said, give us a game plan or give humanity a game plan towards peace. I like that. I have no problem with that. Yeah, everybody wants peace. We want to live in a peaceful society on a peaceful earth where everybody's getting along and everything's cool. Um, so based on what I've heard from him thus far, I just don't think that he's really concerned with going into that arena and, like, winning a debate or getting his point across, or even cross-examining Kimmit. I'm not sure if he's really interested in that as much as he's interested in bridging the gap between the two communities, if that's even possible, between the Jewish community and the Black community, or quote unquote Black community. So I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting because we all know Polite gets really intense, really, really intense, really loud, really, in your face with the information. And, Rosenberg seems to be very calm, laid back, collected. Um,
No, no, he's not
oh,
really.
okay.
The first debate he had has been on my show with a Southern European. He called himself the Southern Israelite, and they had
Okay.
a pretty heated
Oh,
exchange.
he turned up.
Wow,
Okay.
y'all ain't seen this other side of Harry. I think y'all sleep.
Oh,
You know,
okay. Okay. Well, then, yeah, that's even better. That's even better. The only thing I've seen of Harry, or a couple things I've seen of Harry, but the one thing that stood out is when him and Polite sat down on that couch about a month ago, I would say. So that's pretty much what I'm judging that off. But yeah, man, if he turns up, that'll be dope, man. And me, I'm just happy that it's not so much. I mean, I hate to make it a race thing, but I'm just
rap,
mad. I'm just happy that it's not so much black on black no more. You know what I mean? Like, we can have this conversation with a white man and a black man and really just hear their two perspectives, man. I think it's gonna be dope. I should actually be there as well. So I should be in the building for that as well, man. So I'm excited to be able to see that live in the flesh.
Well, for the rap battle community, let's look at how this subject and title thing work in the debate arena, right? So if we got 3 rounds like they do in your arena, we got basically 3 subjects up here, right? You said an Israelite narrative and the Jewish Torah on trial. Right. I said that's 2 subjects right there. And then the cross-examination of ancient Kemet. If Harry has 2 rounds that he can really get off on and talk about things within the Israelite narrative or the Jewish Torah, and Polite can't come back from it, how his 1 round on Kemet cross-examination gonna win him the debate?
I feel you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, okay, but you do you really believe that Polite is not going to have something to counter Harry's perspective on the Israelite narrative or the Torah?
I don't know. I just figure like home crowd or home team advantage plays here. You going into his books and you going into his culture, and it's things that you may not know about his books and his culture because, quote unquote, in the Jewish community, they got stuff in the synagogues that's not on the street.
Right.
Unless you initiated through that system, the rabbi system and stuff, you don't get to see all this documentation that in a debate he might bring some of them out,
But okay, so like you said, the title is dealing with the Torah. So the Torah itself should be the guideline or the manual to where he can get his whole perspective off just using the Torah. So delving into other books like that are deep in the synagogue, as you say, wouldn't that be going away from the title? We got to deal with the, you know what I mean? Like if we're dealing with the Torah, let's deal with the Torah.
Right, and the Torah is not exclusive just in the synagogue; it's already out there in the Hebrew and translations. I just want to see how you was gonna deal with that, and because if you got subject and title, you got to stay on subject.
You got to stay on the subject and title. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So I just wanted to see how you was gonna deal with that one.
No doubt.
But I think it's gonna be a great debate too. I think the economic stimulus plan that is coming with that, with the URL. And then, someone outside of the, as you say, the Black community. So it's a stimulus plan. It's going to bring a lot of economics to those that's involved and those that, in the venue and things of that nature. So
I agree.
It's taking it to another level. Will we be able to thrive on that level and bring the visual, the audio, and the information itself to the next level is what we all looking for now, I guess.
Right. Definitely.
So let's get to the main question.
Okay.
You and Loaded Lux, when y'all gonna tangle, man? Y'all gotta quit excuse my French people, pussyfooting around, man. Y'all gotta get in the ring, man. Y'all gotta get the title debate battle, and you go in there and y'all gotta debate. I mean, the future of battle rap, the future of the community, and the mental fortitude that our people are lacking right now, because a lot of them has been broke down mentally by different systems and different things, coming into the community and crushing the minds of our youth. So we need people that's on y'all level to clash and bring the conversation up.
Man, honestly, okay, so here's my thing. Without Loaded Lux, there's no B Dot. In terms of, he is the first person to show me that consciousness can thrive in battle rap. So I pay homage to that brother in that regard. I just seen a couple interviews recently where people were asking him about me, and he was just like, I love the young brother, and I don't think that we should clash because it's going against. It's like, okay, even me and you right now, right? We might have different ideologies, but I think we both represent power and intelligence and progress for our quote unquote Black community, right? So me and you have great builds and we have great interviews. that's positive. Or we could choose to get on here and get on this Skype and I bash the Torah and you bash Kemet. Like, it's not good. It's not really doing nothing for us. So that's how I look at it with Lux. Like, I don't want to get in there and go at that, brother. If we both conscious and we both are for progression, I feel like let me use words like these niggas, these ignorant niggas, they would love that. They would love to see two conscious brothers tearing each other down because they feel like, oh, yeah, see, they getting at each other. We out the way. I'd rather get at all these niggas that are poisoning the youth's mind as opposed to get at my brother who's trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do, or my brother that has put down the blueprint that I've used to expound upon. I'd rather get at the niggas rather than get at Loaded. That's my personal take.
Now, that's a great answer. So now that leaves the only other option for y'all to tag team and go get at
man. Yo, I told Polite, because Polite has a great relationship with him. I don't know him personally. But I told Polite, I said, look, man, tell that brother we need to do a 2-on-2, man. Like it'll be the greatest thing that you probably ever seen in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? And not even, I wouldn't even, like, if we do a 2-on-2, like, because normally I use a lot of African or Kemet information. But if I did a 2-on-2 with Lux, because I'm not even sure what Lux subscribes to be honest. I've heard him mention Jesus in his rap, so I think he's actually Christian. So I wouldn't even take a religious perspective with him. I would just, me and him would just kick some niggas ass just on consciousness, period. Like, you niggas need to wake up. Like, you know what I mean? So I really, really, really want to do that, man. So hopefully, actually, if I'm out there next weekend, I hope to run into the brother. I'm sure he'll be at the debate, and I'm gonna put it in his ear like, brother, we got to do this 2-on-2, man. It has to happen. So
you got a lot of them running around out there. I'm not gonna call no names because I don't want to cause no rush to judgment or whatever.
You can call names, brother. Hey, look, even if you call names, they ain't gonna answer. These brothers is terrified.
Well, Sway in the morning out there, so hopefully you can hook up with him. That's a Cali man, and
like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look, man, I'm trying to.
Nice if we could get you on there. So Sway, if you out there listening or whatever, and they y'all out there on the West Coast, they still got his phone number now that he in New York. Call him up and tell the brother coming out and stuff and politic that, man. We all network. This is called Black Power and Black economics and stuff. So
absolutely,
I'm just throwing stuff out there because I'm a fan of a lot of stuff.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No doubt. That would be a dope look.
And maybe even Loaded can help it. Y'all get in there and spit some of them conscious bars over some of them beats and really, showing what a cipher like that is like.
Absolutely.
So, well, I don't know, man. I could talk to y'all morning and stuff, but I know what little man that. Let me see him. He's still with.
He knocked out. Let me try to move the camera for you.
Oh, you knocked him out. We put him to sleep. We weren't holding him down like that.
Yeah. He knocked out, man. He be hearing too much of that conscious talk around the house. He like, man, I'm bored with that.
Don't worry, Daddy gonna, he gonna take care of you.
No doubt.
You got to get his interview game up to the point where it keeps you woke.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, man, I appreciate the time and the coming over and stuff, man. I appreciate like I said, the friendship, the ad on Facebook and stuff.
Brother.
There's a lot of people out here. They think they're above the people a little bit, but I love meeting brothers like you. I done interviewed Wise Intelligent. I asked the brother for one. He gave me an interview. It was like, man, Twan Gab from Chicago, Mickey House did a lot of different, down to earth people that you could just talk to and stuff. So, man, I hope you keep that about yourself, man, and much success in what you're doing. Hopefully, you and Loaded can get together and do that thing and stuff, man, because our youth, the ones that really need it. And, we get a lot of them gun bars and, pimping and hoeing and, all this so-called glamour life from the Black exploitation that has taken place out here. Right. So hopefully you even make it to World Star, because they about that Black exploitation over there too. The fight.
The viral joint with the white boy made it to World Star.
Oh, I ain't see it. I'm about to go on there and give it a couple views too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully this will make it there because I mean the West Coast don't get that much love sometime, and you know y'all elevating the game like this,
Yeah.
you know, and this being arguably the best one of the year. You know, I put my vote in. I ain't seen or heard nothing else, and I call myself following now. So,
No doubt.
you know, just from the conversation alone, you know, like I said, people, y'all need to go over there and order that. It's only $10.
Yeah. BZ Films with the Z.com. BZFILMZ.com. Go check it out if you can, family. I would appreciate it.
Yeah. So with that said, if anybody out there, we got a 10 minutes to 12 o'clock my time. If y'all want to call in, it's 312-985-7856. You know, if you got a quick question or a quick statement, that's probably all the time we got. You see little man now, you know, we ain't gonna hold them up that long. But
right.
If you want to call in and ask a question or whatever, you're welcome to do so. If not, we're gonna be off in 10 minutes. So call in now. So man, still high off this one, huh?
Yeah, man. And you know, the dopest thing about it is the conversations with Danny. It's like, you know, I can imagine Ali and Frazier, you know, like chopping it up after the fight and just giving each other praises. And it's just such a dope feeling, man. Just the love. That's what I love about this battle rap thing, man. You know, it looks a certain way, but I'm telling you, man, right when that last round or that last bar is said, it's love. It's handshakes and admiration and just adoration and love, man. So
it's everything that the hip hop culture was in the beginning, battling each other instead of pulling out the guns and the knives and trying to take each other's lives. Mm-hmm. You know, it's verbal combat.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then afterwards, you know, you can go eat together and, you know, get a drink together, whatever, and still be cool with each other. You just got to have that, you know, testosterone out, I guess, huh?
Yeah, very true, very true. And me and Danny even said that we're gonna get together once a year on March 5th and have like an anniversary of our battle and catch some juice or something. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that'll be beautiful. That'll be beautiful. Hey, all of y'all that's texting my man and doing all that stuff, call in 312-985-7856. We're not gonna be here long now.
Yeah, I posted it on my Facebook page and I posted it in the battle rap group, man. And y'all calling my phone. Call up, man.
Yeah, 312-985-7856. If you want to say something, call in. So with that said, I'm gonna promote this a little bit for Sonetta them. Show them a little love.
Little love, huh?
Show them a little love, you know. Show them I can show some love. I'm all about the black men coming together in economics and stuff.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Sunday, March the 20th, which is what, 7 days away.
Yep.
The Day of Atonement. Harry Rosenberg against Brother Polite. And there go your man Smack from URL. So as you see, the communities is coming together. All of y'all that ain't prepared to take your conversation to the next level, you might get left behind. So you might want to go buy a book or two.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to join a conscious community book club circuit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and start getting your game up.
Absolutely.
Because brothers is elevating, you know.
Yeah, it's like I had somebody tell me one of the clips was on Instagram and some hater was like that's corny. We don't even use words like that. And that lets me know that a lot of these people are gonna get left behind. It's like coming to a war. How you gonna come to a war with less ammunition? So if I come to the war with more words and more knowledge and more, because in battle rap, the words are the weapons. So I have more words and more weapons to use against you, and you have a little bit of artillery in your or a little bit of weaponry in your artillery or whatever. How you going to defeat me? You know what I mean? Like, so like you just said, people need to elevate their game and understand you got to have more words. You got to have more to say. You have to have more in your bag now. Now that we stepping up this battle rap thing, you got to bring more to the table. Or like you said, brother, they gonna get left behind. It's just gonna be too much information.
And you know, you don't want to be left behind, people, because the more and more people hear and study and get into the consciousness of things, the political aspect, like Danny brought out, you know, he spoke about Obama and stuff. One thing he didn't do is speak about the candidates today and whatever, and the ones that's running for the presidency. But when Tupac was out there, which I know is a West Coast vet, he both coasts basically. He talked about Dolores Tucker. He talked about Dan Quayle. He talked about Bill Clinton. He talked about what was going on in politics. He talked about what was going on in religion, who you believe in, and things of that nature, and so on and so forth. So just for the West Coast, you know, Don, you know, Illuminati, my man, Pop, you know, you got to put that work in. That man was a well-read brother, you know.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that.
Scholars. So even with that, thugs can be educated thugs too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So hopefully, you know, y'all can get your Illuminati on, you know, kill the illumination of the those that's putting out false light and bad light, you know, with some greater light and understanding like that. Your bars can be study like Tupac. They'll be studying your conversation in colleges and stuff. This is the type of level that I think my brother trying to take it to. So hopefully your campaign work, brother. Hopefully you know, you could go ahead and run it to the people like the subject battles where you do that and everything, and most definitely with the sisters, because I believe, like you said, they help more if they was on the subject and didn't have to talk about the guns, because the guns don't have nothing to do with this subject.
Exactly. I agree. I'm gonna run that by my brothers that run LA Battlegrounds. I'm gonna definitely shoot them that idea, brother.
Yeah. Well, you know, we got it on record that it was my
that you said it.
That's right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But man, I love what's going on. Like I said, I'm gonna get more into it, man. I'm gonna pump you up as much as I can. I'm gonna pump the sister up. Reese, I told her, you know, she welcome back when she debut. She sounded like she ready to eat somebody lunch.
Oh man, I can only imagine what she gonna do. That's a good sister right there.
So I mean, it's just a pleasure to, you know, talk to y'all, and like I said, down to earth people and stuff, man. And you know, it's, you know, it is what it is, bro. I can't really express it. So
no, I appreciate you, brother. I want to definitely say that too, man. You from the jump, you reached out, showed nothing but love, and I appreciate you, brother, no doubt.
All right, and so people, go get that, because the more people see that this is a commodity that y'all want, the more they'll do to bring it to you, and the more they invest to bring it to you in a better way. And as you see, the two worlds are colliding. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, people, I'm gonna let this father get back to his son and do his fatherly duties.
Appreciate you.
That's what fathers do.
Right.
Father that ain't doing it, you know, be a father to your child. That's the old school mix used to play. You know, be a father to your child. So with that said, peace and love, brother. I'll talk to you later, and tell little man, you know, he's legendary now. You know,
no doubt. I'll let him know.
The future, y'all. That's the future right there.
No doubt.
So with that said, peace, bro.
Peace, brother.